Hey, it's your man Monte 3 for Successful Convicts, and today I'm about to bring you up on what's been going on with the Successful Convict LLC brand. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Hey, as promised, I'm back. And I'm back with more info on the Successful Convicts. Now, first and foremost, before I get started, even before I do that, got to give a shout out to today's sponsors. Today's episode is brought to you by Successful Convicts, where you can go and get your Successful Convict merch. We got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies. Let me just let y'all in on. I started the video off with this hoodie on. This is a hoodie. It's hoodie season at this present time. Then, we got the hoodie with the new improved logo, the SC, without the words on it for those of you who don't want to broadcast the fact that you're a successful convict with the words, but the symbol, you know what it means. And if somebody asks, you can let them know. And of course, we got the original Successful Convict shirt. Still got those on deck. And of course, we got the hashtag logo. And we got these available in white. We got them available in black. We got short sleeves. We got long sleeves. We also got hoodies. And what I've been doing, I'll get to that later. But I want to let y'all know that today, as of making this video, is March 5th, 2021. But every March 5th is my anniversary. Yep, March 5th is the day when I transformed from an inmate to a successful convict, because that was the first day I got out. That was when they changed the so-called crack law they made it where it went from 100 to 1 to 20 to 1. At the present time, I was in FPC Pensacola. It was March 3rd is when they first started enacting the retroactivity of it. And March 5th is when I got out, 2 days after. So what happened was I was immediate release. Got a call to the captain's office. I was immediately released. They gave me, I think it was $200 off my books, and told me they'd give the rest to me in a check because I had some money on my books. They gave me the $200 cash. The town driver, because I was at a camp, gave me a ride to the bus station, and here I am. Still successful. Haven't been back. I'm gonna knock on wood, even though I don't really need to, because I ain't doing nothing to send me back. But in today's time, anything can happen. And yeah, Successful Convict was born. So today is my anniversary. I've been out 12 years and counting, just to let you know that it can be done. And yeah, it's a great thing. Now, since it's my anniversary and I've been home for 12 years straight, I just want to share with y'all some of the things that, if you're on your way watching this, because we know technology is wide now, you might be still on your way out. Or if you're just getting out and figuring out, like, dang, I'm out, I had these plans, that plans, yada, yada, yada. What did I do? Well, let me give you a hint on what I did. Now, first thing, like I just mentioned, I got immediately released. So I didn't have to go to the halfway house. Now, what I've experienced with the halfway house, not having gone, that is a plus and a minus to the halfway house. The plus to the halfway house is you don't have to go there. You don't have to deal with the restrictions, the rules, the time, the curfews and stuff like that. But on the flip side, the minus is you don't get to network with other people who are out and might have plugs on jobs or resources and stuff like that. You do, but you don't, because you're not in that environment. Most of the time when you get immediately released and you don't have to go to the halfway house, you're either gonna go home or to a relative's house or whatever, but you're not gonna be in that post-inmate environment where everybody's trying their best to do right and get on the right path. And, and they have different plugs. Like, it's gonna be different, like, plugs that'll be known to people in the halfway house that might not be known to you because you're not in that environment. You're at home and you're looking like a regular civilian in the one ads, the classifieds, you going knocking on doors. Whereas in the halfway house, they'll say, hey, go see this dude up here. His name is John. Tell him you're in the halfway house. Boo, up, bam, boom, get you in. That was one of the minuses. Now, another minus I had was by me not having been in the halfway house and me not having employment. Then my supervised release officer, she wind up having to crunch down on me, telling me, hey, if you don't get a job or go to school, then what was she telling me I had to do? It was something I was gonna have to do. Something I didn't want to do. So I wound up getting the job. But anyway, when you out, is no really excuses why you can't be successful. Why is that? Because so many places are hiring. Are many places hiring for felons? Absolutely. Because there's a lot of jobs out there for felons. It's a lot of jobs out there for people who want jobs to get the job and discuss the felon part later. Because I'm the type of person, right? I'm not going to let you tell me no. You're going to have to show me no. You know what I mean? That can be taken kind of wrong. But anyway, like if I'm going for a job, right? I've applied to so many jobs. And personally, truthfully, in my head, I kind of knew I didn't have the qualifications per se on the paper. But I knew I've been in different establishments. Like, for instance, we've all been to a store and we go and we like, let me talk to the manager. You talk to the manager's clueless. You go to an office and you trying to get a job or you trying to get some information or something like that, and the person that's giving you this information is clueless, don't have a clue. So in my head is, if these people can make it and be in these positions, why can't I? You see what I'm saying? So I want to let you know, man, don't let nothing stop you, or woman. Don't let nothing stop you. The real key to being a successful convict is to chase that success and grab it and get it. Because you got to understand this, right? If you went to prison, because everybody's not a convict on here, but if you happen to been convicted of a crime or whatever, 9 times out of 10, you was doing something extra. And that extra got you busted. So the same way you was doing that extra, or, especially like my fellow drug dealers that was out there, my fellow ex-drug dealers, let me clear that up. My fellow ex-drug dealers out there, you had to go and you had to find product, right? Then you had to go find people to buy your product. Then you had to make sure you had supply and demand. So as people wanted product, you had to go get product and you had to keep the chain moving. Then for the upper echelon of the drug dealers, you had workers to sell your product. If that ain't running a business, I don't know what is. You got to take those same skills and you got to transform them and you got to make them useful in society as a citizen, a legal citizen. So the same way you can do these different things, run these drug businesses, is the same way you can run any other business. That's the same way I'm doing my t-shirts. Now, I've stepped up the game and I wanted to show y'all this. I don't know if you can see that. Personalized neck labels. Yeah, I'm stepping it up. I'm trying to take the Successful Convict brand on up there, because in the world, I think it's like, I can't honestly say, I believe 8 out of 10 people either are or know somebody who's been convicted of a crime. So it pertains to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You have to be living somewhere under a rock to not know somebody who's been in some type of trouble with the law. To either been that person or know somebody who's been that person. But it is what it is. So there's no real reason why you can't obtain success out here. The only reason is you. Because if push comes to shove, if you can't get a job, create a job. We just had snow all the way in Texas. So if you can't get out there and get a shovel and shovel that snow, and don't take all these different little hustles and stuff like that you can do out here for money. Don't take them as, I'm not trying to be shoveling snow my whole life. I'm not trying to be cutting grass my whole life. I'm not trying to be cleaning windows my whole life. Right now, it's springtime. If you're in these cold climates, a lot of people, and this is like one of those dirty jobs, but a lot of people in the wintertime let their dog go out, they go do their business, come back in. And they do that the whole winter. Then come springtime, they got a yard full of doo-doo. Hey, if you've been to prison, you know it's some dirty jobs and there's some real bad things we have to do to survive in prison. So out here cleaning up a yard full of dog doo-doo for money, hey, it's a means to an end. Do that for a while, stack that money, and go to the next level. You know what I mean? Start you a clothing brand, write you a book, but it takes finance to do everything. So it's all these different ways out here to get money. So it really ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? I like to try to talk to the people with the cardboard signs that be posted by the road. And if I ever get them by my window, I always try to give them tips and stuff like that. My thing is, if you're going to be standing out here with a cardboard sign and you asking for money and you plan on people's sympathy, I don't know if you really need it or if you out there faking just, a way to get money without having to go work a 9 to 5. But I don't give them money because I know there's so many ways out here to get money. But if I was to ride up on somebody and they were selling something, let's just say they were selling these boxes of tea. And they're like, hey, I'm homeless, but I got these boxes of tea for $2. Some that the average person can give. I would buy the box of tea. I would buy the box of tea even if I didn't need the tea because I'm respectful of their hustle. I'm respectful of a lot of people's hustles. You know what I'm saying? But to just sit there and beg and ask them, oh, let me, poor old me, can you throw me something? No, I can't. Throw you this hint. I can throw you this hustle. You know what I'm saying? You can stand on the side of the expressway and sell water. You know what I mean? People will buy your water that don't want water just because of the fact that you actually giving them something for their money. I know I would. So, yeah, today's my anniversary. I got to get back on it. More videos, more stories. I got some interviews set up. I got a lot more people that's more interested, as I've been promoting the brand off site. People getting into it like, oh, yeah, I like the concept, and they get more comfortable because I got to explain to people that being successful is not necessarily running a Fortune 500 business. It's not necessarily living lavish in a mansion. It's just being on the other side of that prison wall, this side. That's successful. So stay up and stay successful.